Good evening, everyone. Keith Johnson, CPA here with your Business Beat for November 11th, 2021, Veterans Day. Thank you so much to all the veterans out there. You guys and ladies are awesome. Shout out to Ms. Julie Bishop, who is currently serving at Camp Pendleton, and also to my brothers-in-law who all served. They are veterans and they've all served before. So thanks, Rob, Steve, and Dave. Anyway, we've got quite a bit of news today. First is the headline news, in that the monthly CPI, Consumer Price Index, came out yesterday, and it was like the highest inflation, the fastest rising inflation rate in 31 years. Inflation went up 0.9% in October, and that makes the total annual in the last 12 months, inflation growth went up 6.2%. Last time we had inflation go up that high was during Desert Shield, when gas prices skyrocketed before Desert Storm. So it's quite a bit of there's quite a bit of tension now, and we're seeing, especially in gas prices. Gas prices are continuously going up and reaching record highs, and well, not record highs, but highs we haven't seen in 7 or 8 years. And the president is like, well, oh my God, prices, gas prices are so high. And he was telling a council of economic advisors to do something about it. There's only one problem. He caused it on Inauguration Day, when one of his first acts as an executive order was closing the Keystone Pipeline, as well as shutting off oil and gas leases on federal land. You may not appreciate our last president, but at the same time, I kind of like having my gas $1.50 less, or it costs $1.50 a gallon less too. And the thing is, what is it? I think it's said that every dollar or every quarter, I think, in the price of gas equals like a tenth or 2/10 off the GDP percentage point. So I'll have to get the I'll get the official correlation on that. But regardless, inflation is high, and everybody is, and myself included, recommend that you buy your Christmas stuff now, because ordering, I'd say after, if you have to ship something before, or depend on it shipped before, or anytime after Thanksgiving, is probably not a good thing. Plus, you throw in the fact that the post office, the postal service, put in some cost-saving measures in October, and basically reduced the standards for for shipping, or time standards. So by and large, it's get your Christmas shopping done now, and don't rely on Amazon to bail you out at the end of the day. But no, it's, well, actually, and this is a good segue into my second, into my follow-up here. The gas prices going up $1.50 will roughly $1.50 a gallon, will probably be reflected in a vastly increased standard mileage deduction. One thing that people do is, if you have your own business, you are eligible to deduct mileage for the use of your personal car. That mileage is right now 56 cents. Now, they haven't release the 2022 numbers yet, but they are starting to release stuff, so it could come any day, which gets us into our segue for these IRS inflation adjustments for 2022. Now, what that means, about this time every year, the IRS releases the new standard deductions for 2022. So basically, what this means is that the standard deduction for married filing joint for tax year 2022. Now, this is not the 2021 tax year, which we're going to do the tax returns in 2022. This is for the tax year 2022 that will be prepared in 2023. It's increasing from to $25,900, which is up $800 for the previous year. That's 2021. 2021, if you do the math, it means that for 2021, it's $25,100, which is an increase of $300 from 2020, which is the last tax return that we've done. For single taxpayers, it is $12,950, which is up $400 from 2021, and 2021 will be $150 more than 2020. And usually what they do is they split the difference between for head of households, which means that the standard deduction will be $19,400, which is up $600 and from 2022, and that means that it is up what was it? I think it's like 18.3 this year. So it went up 500 from 21 to 22. Anyway, the personal exemption for 2022, it's staying at 0, and it hasn't changed since the Tax Cut and Jobs Act of 17. For 2022, the top tax rate continues to be 37.5% for single taxpayers, with incomes over $539,900, $647,850 for married filing joint. You still have the 7 tax rates: 10, 12, 22, 24, 32, and 35. You're probably looking at probably about 3% increase on the tax brackets there. Also, there's no limitation. There's no IRC 68 limitations on itemized deductions, although for most of us, that's really a moot point. This data came in, and this is a little old, but I don't see it changing much. Early in the tax season, this is 2020, 89% of filers had a standard deduction as opposed to itemizing. I don't think it changed that much. Now, also, alternative minimum tax exemption, yes, it's still there, but it has been increased to $75,900. Alt-min tax is basically if you make a larger amount of income, and allegedly, although inflation has changed things over the years, but basically, if you have different itemized deductions and investments and things like that, that's where it would kick in. For a lot of us, the earned income credit will go up. The maximum amount will go up to $69.35 if you have 3 or more children, up about $200 from 21. And there's a table the IRS has. Also, health flexible FSAs, not HSAs, but FSAs, contributions, the limit of contributions goes up to $28.50. And HSAs, the limit goes up to $3,700. That's the annual deductible. So let's see. Then also lifetime learning credit. Really didn't change anything. The phase out range is 80,000 single, 160 married filing joint. Foreign income exclusion, that is for people who spent most or all of the year outside the country on business. When it goes up to 112, which is $3,300 more than 2021. The decedent estate tax credit, as far as the income, cracks the $12 million mark. This is for single taxpayers. It goes from 11.7 million to 12.06 million, double that for married filing joint. If you are giving gifts, the exclusion for gifts goes from 15,000 to 16,000. Now remember, that is from 21 to 22. So you're still at 15,000 this year. So when we do the tax return for 2022 in a few short months, you're still going to be at 15,000. Adoption credit, max credit goes up about $400. So there's a lot of stuff out there. Also, the contribution limits for retirement plans went up. For 2021 and 20, it was 19.5. It's going up 1,000. And also, there's looks like the inflation adjustment for that was about 5.4%. So a lot of things. So generally the all the tax stuff is going up about 5% in general. So that is what you know now. We're going to look for the when the standard deduction or mileage deductions come out, we will certainly let you know. But my guess is that it will probably go to about 60 cents or so per mile for 2022. I think we're too late in the tax year for the IRS to do a split. And they've done it in the past where part of the year they give you one mileage rate, and then another part of the year they give you another mileage rate. I think it's a little too late in the year for that, but I do think in 2022 it will be substantially higher. And that stuff, that stuff adds up. So other than that, the port situation in Los Angeles is getting worse. It's about 160 odd ships are now out there. And it's not a good thing. There's, all the environmental and vaccine mandates are taking their toll. And hopefully there'll be some kind of compromise. Because if the freighters can't get unloaded, then inflation will continue to rise. As I said before, keep an eye on your food stocks and stuff, and hopefully that will you want to monitor that, and hopefully take advantage of BOGOs. That's what I'm doing. So I think that pretty much covers it. We did get some news. We did get some news today that Senator Manchin, West Virginia, will probably not consider the revisiting the BBB until that's the president's social safety net plan, as opposed to his hard bricks and mortar infrastructure plan that passed last week. But the BBB plan will probably be back. Will probably be pushed back now into 2022. As you probably know, the infrastructure plan was passed. I haven't gotten any of the tax guidance yet. I'm keeping my eyes out for that. I don't see a lot of major changes. There wasn't a whole lot of buzz regarding the infrastructure plan. Now, if you recall, this is the roughly $1 billion or trillion dollar, excuse me, one with a T, $1 trillion bricks and mortar plan to actually fix roads, bridges, electrical grid, things like that, water systems, as opposed to social safety nets, which is in the BBB. Now, of course, as you know, the price tag started at 3.5 trillion. It's now been cut in half to 1.75. But with interest and other things, that cost actually will be a lot higher. But at this point, I think after the election, after the Republican landslide last week, I think a lot of the Democrats are stepping back and taking a little pause. I mentioned this last week because they know now, and the president admitted that a lot of the stimulus is causing the inflation. So I think they're taking some second thoughts about it. I wouldn't be shocked to see further paring down of the BBB. So, but we'll see. And, so I think jobs came in about, the weekly unemployment came in about the same as last week. And, we'll, so, I mean, for now, as you know, I was wrong. With unemployment, it went up 500, I think it was like 530,000 jobs. I predicted a lot lower based on the disappointing results of the last couple months, but it did come in higher. But I think everything is the victory lap that the Democrats put in and Biden administration, it was rather short-lived. We just keep getting stuff in. So basically, again, start planning now for your Thanksgiving dinner. That's going to be the highest, most costly ever by a wide margin. Also, another thing to think about is plan your Thanksgiving trips very, very carefully. We are seeing that, with the walkouts by and sick outs by various airlines and their employees is going to cause, has been causing, a lot of canceled flights. And so you don't want to be caught 2,000 miles away from home with no time frame on getting back home. So I'm kind of worried about my annual Christmas trip to Washington State, which is 25, almost 3,000 miles from here, because I don't know if I'll get back on time when I want to. So if you're in that situation, monitor everything very carefully. So anyway, I think that's all. And a lot of news today. I will see you tomorrow, I think. Again, happy Veterans Day. Thank you to all the veterans and active duty military personnel. We appreciate you. We wouldn't be here doing this if it wasn't for you. So, and of course, in memorial to all those who never came home and all those who were lost. So we will talk soon. Take care and be safe, everyone.